So here we have a pre-owned 2018 Porsche Panamera Sport Turismo. This one comes in the 4S trim level, jet black metallic, and then we have black leather interior. The powertrain consists of a 2.9 liter twin turbocharged V6 engine, and that's mated to the 8-speed dual clutch automatic transmission. To the front end here, we do get our LED headlamps along with the LED daytime running lights, and I love the front ends of these newer Panameras. They're not necessarily the newest body style, but like this 18 to 20 something fascia, I just love it. Down here to these wheels, these are gonna be 21-inch alloy. Love the design there. We get passive keyless entry on all 4 doors. And then to the door panel, we have our power door lock controls, memory seat functions, and then we also have the power mirror controls. We can power fold those. The blind spot monitors are in the actual side mirror. And then you have one-touch up and down windows on all 4 doors, and we can raise and lower the power lift gate there. Bose sound system, hood release, headlamp controls, and then this is how you start the vehicle without the key. Just kind of turn that. But there are the pedals. You get a power tilt telescoping steering wheel. You kind of hit this latch to adjust that, and then move it forward and back to telescope. But here's our power driver seat, 4-way power lumbar support. Here you get the power thigh support too, which is nice. But love the seats. And a huge thanks to Chevrolet Buick GMC of Murfreesboro for allowing me to review this car today. I'll leave a link below in the description. If you're looking to find the best price on one of these closer to home, click that second link down below. It takes just a minute to fill out your information, and I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get you the best price on this or whatever new vehicle you might be interested in. But sitting behind myself here, have the seat up front adjusted for someone of my size, being 6'3", and love how much space is back here. Now I'm able to kind of get the seat the way that I want it because it is pretty adjustable, also because of the space is actually underneath the steering wheel and how I like to drive a car of this caliber. So I'm kind of close to the steering wheel. I kind of want to get a feel for the entire car. I'm not leaning back, but I am comfortable, if that makes sense. Our middle seat folds down. I can get it out. And there are the bottle holders there. And then you just click it back into place. And then down here, rear AC vents, you get 3-stage heated seats. I don't know what the heck this does. Is this a light or something? I have to come back to you on that button. I ain't never seen that before. I need to review more Porsches. Now I'm wondering if the child lock is on. Yeah, it is. I did not know that. So let's take that off. So the windows and the child locks are one button, which is smart, but kind of a nuisance. For me, at least, just getting here reviewing it. If you have kids like my Mach-E has the electronic child locks and rear window locks put together, and I like having it instead of having separate buttons for each thing. But there's the exhaust. I have it in sport mode now, so you can kind of hear that. That's the sport exhaust sound. LED tail lamps. And then plenty of space behind the second row seat. 12 volts right here. Top tethers are integrated on the back of the seats themselves. And then you have a release on either side here to fold the seats flat if you want to. Fuel caps here, you want to put 93 in here for full power output. And you can see this will fold flat when the seats up front are up further, but this one wasn't, so. But it's kind of a workout to get that back into place, but. And then your lower anchors are behind this cover right there. And then same adjustability for the power front passenger seat as you get on the driver's side, 4-way lumbar, power thigh support. You get a lockable glove compartment here. The owner's manual still in this one. And then as we come back around to the front end, quick look in the engine bay. And there she is. And then I'm just gonna show off the blinkers before we take a quick look on the inside. But now to the driver's seat. So I like the steering wheel, nice firm grip. It's easy to handle, feels good, looks good. There's the horn. I'm just gonna give a quick run through of the system here. You get navigation, and then you can type in your destination, use the traffic, all of that. And then for your audio, you do get AM, FM, and then you also get XM radio, your aux input, Bluetooth, all of that. And there's just so much you can adjust in here. It kind of will give you a headache if you're not careful, but tire pressure monitors, the garage door opener if you want to configure that. And then your drive modes here. So normal, sport, individual. You can set the chassis to sport, sport plus. Just really adjust it the way you want to. And then even the height of the chassis. So it's pretty neat. And then the start stop, you can toggle there, the spoiler, the sport exhaust system. And then your climate controls are here. Most of that is down here, so you can adjust the fan speed or temperature for either side, which is nice. You can sync, unsync, and all that. And then 3-stage heated, cooled seats, for the front. And then you have the car, the home. So that's your home page there, the media there. And then you have the apps right in here. And then you can fool with all of that. But most of the stuff is on the side here, but I like that you get kind of a button, a soft touch button for all of them. So this is for your safety system if you want to use that. And then you can adjust all of that here as well. And then your vehicle settings right in there, which I just showed you. But your system settings down here, this is where you can change your units, your language there. So it's a pretty intuitive system. Backup cameras there, guidelines follow you to turn the steering wheel. For this kind of car, I would expect a less grainy backup camera, but it is an 18. But yeah, I just found that kind of weird. And your hazards right there, volume there. You can click to mute it. But then your drive mode, you can go between sport and individual there. And then your electronic parking brake, pull up to engage, hit the brake, press down and disengage. And then your suspension and your traction control, you can also adjust with soft touch buttons here as well. But to get into gear, pull the button on the back, pull down for drive, and you can come over here to manually shift or use the paddle shifters behind the steering wheel. And then your neutral there, and then pull all the way up to put it into reverse. Press P for park. Bottle holders are there. And then your center console cubby space. You get a USB-A, the aux input, then a 12 volt there. There's a roof. So I'm assuming that's for the sunshade. Yeah, so that's what that is. You hold this, that's what that button was in the back, is for the sunshade. Kind of a weird animation for me, but whatever. So you can adjust that as you see fit. And then garage door transmitter itself is up there, the sunroof control there, and then the lights here. There's a look at the back. And there is the vanity mirror. But voice recognition, buttons on the side here, blinkers, and your high beams. And then right side, use the scroll bar, you can go through what's in that meter on that right side there in terms of the gauge clusters or tire pressure monitors. If you want to see the nav screen, all that, then your Bluetooth buttons are here. And then you have the, again, the scroll bar you can use and then kind of press it when applicable. And you can go through those. And then on this side, you have the mute you can toggle, volume, and then you can use this to go through the left side, what's shown there on the gauge cluster there. But you get adaptive cruise, so you can turn that on, and then you can adjust your speed, and then resume, cancel, and then you can cut it off by hitting the button on the side there again. There's the clock. And then here's our key fob. But next, let's go ahead and take this 18 Panamera Sport Turismo 4S out on the road for a test drive. So starting the test drive in this Panamera Sport Turismo 4S, the sounds are fantastic. I have it in sport mode, barely giving it any throttle though, and it's such a strong car, just in terms of how it pulls, how it feels, and it's just fun to drive with this dual clutch. Now I'm hoping I'll be able to launch this car down the ramp to get on the interstate, but we'll have to see. Because it has like 440 some horsepower, and in a Porsche, that's a lot, even in the bigger Panamera. But it's looking like it's gonna be my lucky day here. Here we go. Yeah, that thing is nasty quick, my gosh. Whew. Yeah, that was, oh man. That was fun. Very fun. But I'm gonna turn on the adaptive cruise. One thing I always have trouble with is getting this thing to actually work, because I don't know what it's trying to do. I don't know if the limiter's on now or what, but it just bugs me. But I mean, once you figure the system out, it's pretty good. But Porsche doesn't have the best lane centering adaptive cruise system anyway, and that's not why you get one, but it's nice to have. And again, it does work. It's just every time I get behind the wheel of one that has it, I can't get it going. But it's it's very nice once you get this thing up to speed. It's crazy how something that's this powerful, this fast, this visceral when it comes to power output, and then you get the cruise control going, you get out of sport mode, and it drives like a BMW, rides like a Mercedes. It's fantastic all the way around. Now I do want to give one more thanks to Chevrolet Buick GMC of Murfreesboro for allowing me to review this car today. But if you are looking to get one of these new, click that second link down below. It takes just a minute to fill out your information. I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get you the best price on this or whatever new vehicle you might be interested in. But this one here is pretty cheap. It's like less than 54 grand, and it has almost 57,000 miles on it, but still a ton of life left in this car. And it's just so much fun to work this thing. It's a 2.9 twin turbo V6, but my gosh, it just, the sound and everything you get, you feel like you're in a 911 or in a Boxster or something like that. Just with how it lays the power down, the natural raw feel, the sound, it's just, there's nothing like it. I have a 2000 Boxster that's actually in the shop right now, getting a transmission. It had axles and all this stuff, so I'm excited to get that car back, and this really makes me even more excited to get that back, because Porsche just makes a solid sports car. I think one of the best, if not the best, in the business. I mean, I'm not trying to throw Bugatti or Ferrari or Lamborghini in the mix, but I mean, just for something that's not a supercar, that has supercar-like performance, you can't go wrong with Porsche. You really can't. And this is just a practical, sleek, sexy supercar right here. I mean, that's really just what it feels like when you put your foot down in it. And again, it's a 2.9 twin turbo V6, which you think, all right, that's kind of weird, but I mean, this thing gets up. It really does. But I mean, everything is in great working condition. It drives like new, it feels good. And that's one thing about the Porsches is maintenance is not like Mercedes or BMW, in my opinion, especially if you find a good mechanic. But the reliability of these just tends to hold up over the years. And you can go back as far as the Boxster. Now mine, the reason mine has so much trouble is mine's a low mile example, but it did so much sitting that a lot of stuff went wrong and a lot of maintenance wasn't done to it. So I think my transmission went out because the transmission mounts hadn't been done, and then, you know, I was still kind of driving under that, and there was just a lot that kind of happened with that car. And it's old, and it, you know, a lot of stuff wasn't replaced, but this is an 18 model year. Again, everything feels pristine, it feels modern even in 2025, and the performance is it's A1, no doubt. But with all that being said, this will bring me to the end of my review of this 2018 Panamera Sport Turismo 4S.